So, you want to learn how to do some wacky effects in Roblox Studio. Well, if you want to do some wacky effects, then you gotta learn how things work, I guess. Okay, so pretty much Roblox Studio has these things called properties. And properties are pretty much just something that you can adjust it like that, or you could go down, up or down, usually is how it goes. It's usually between 1 and 0. You could go with like stuff like saturation and stuff. You can go from 1 to -1. But what Roblox doesn't tell you is that you could go beyond this. So you could go super saturated, which hurts my eyeballs. But what else you could do is you could go backwards negative even more. And you'd be like, well, what is this even gonna do? Is it just gonna make my screen just go entirely gray? No, that's what contrast does. But this has something special. You can invert colors. That is, it's weird looking, but it's what it does. I thought it was pretty cool, so I wanted to point it out. Because like imagine like you're just in a game and then like someone uses like an admin command. Like you can set up an admin command where wait a minute. Okay, let's see if I did this first try. All right. So let me just run the game real quick. Just set up a quick command to where you can set the saturation slash set saturation -2, and like you could just like make a command and then troll people and they'd be like, oh, why is everything inverted? Why am I blue? And yeah, anyways, yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's here's the code if you want to just pause the video here and copy it. But you need a color correction right here. So, I played Doors on my channel before, and have you ever thought, I don't know how to model crucifix, and I want to make a Doors ripoff like everybody else wants to do, so I could become popular, and all the YouTubers will point at my game and say, oh, wow, this game sucks. So, instead of just like using like a regular like Doors model that you stole from them and get in trouble, how about you just take an image? You might be wondering, well, how am I going to make the crucifix glow when I need it to? Well, it's actually very simple. So, color 3 values, they are weird. Okay, so pretty much, think of this. So, the brightness of the color 3 is based off of the highest number. So say I want this to be yellow. The highest number is always like 225. So it's always going to be the brightest value and the most saturated value because this is like this. No matter if these are lower or not, but yeah, it will not affect it. Only if the highest value is low, it will not change it. So what we could do, let's set this back to white real quick so we could properly see it. So what if you wanted to make this glow? You want to make a glowing decal. I have solved this on the dev forums. If you could, I'll probably put a link in the description for you to find the post thing. So what you could do is you just have to set this to a very high number because the highest number is so bright that you're basically just set it at this brightness, and this makes it glow, which is pretty cool. And if I were to set this to nighttime, you could see it actually glowing in the dark, which is pretty cool. You could also take this and put this here, and look, it's pretty cool, right? Yeah, it's cool. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, this is how you make a glowing image. Just works with any image, I believe, as long as it isn't like transparent or something. I don't know. Here, wait, let me try that real quick. Yeah, if it's like transparent, it's gonna lose some of the glow effect. I actually use this for some of my thumbnails sometimes, so yeah, that's how you do that. And last but not least, we are going to be doing cell shading. I don't know how it's gonna work with this, but cell shading, if you have not heard of it, it's basically a way of making the shading in your game like it makes it more solid, is how I would describe it, making it look like cartoony and stuff. So what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna do that. That's good. All right. So what we do is we got to set the fog end and fog start to very high, or else the fog will decide to say, No, we're gonna cover everything up. So you know that other trick that we learned with the glowing thing? Well, it turns out we could just do that here, and it'll make things cell shaded, which makes it look like a comic or a cartoon, depending on, or an art or something, depending on how you interpret it. But yeah, this you can see, like, here, let me show you a difference. So cell shading off, cell shading on. You notice the difference? The colors are more solid than before. Doesn't really seem to be affecting this all that much. It is weird with some of the default brick color values, because like for some reason base plates and stuff like that use a slight tint of like bluish red. I don't know why, but they just do for some reason. That's like completely out of my control, and well, this doesn't, but like default brick colors, like if you were to take this out, turn it into like a rock or something, and then set it to like this, you're gonna see some purple shading because it's not like completely like white. But yeah, there's also one other wacky effect which I will not cover in this video today. Instead, I will cover it possibly in another video. I'd like to call it C-frame magic. Now, if you don't, and if you don't understand what C-frame is, then just look up a tutorial or something. But basically, the C-frame is like the position and the orientation of an object. And with multiplying your camera C-frame value can make some wacky effects, which I want to cover in another video eventually. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you want to subscribe, I don't care if you subscribe or not at this point. Like, I'm never going to become popular. I'm serious. Like I'm done for. I'm not going to become popular. Please help.